What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. WWE news and rumors for the week ending September 8th, 2013. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I just want to give a special shout out. Now, I know he doesn't need it, but I want to give a shout out to Sean's View Entertainment, who actually subscribed to JD's channel this week. I was in conversation with him about the Elgato game capture and capturing gameplay. He asked me for advice and some help on that, and I was gladly willing to offer a helping hand in that situation for him. So I just want to give a shout out to him. I love the work that he does. I watch him every day, and I am very, very thrilled that he actually subscribed to my channel. And I'm going to try and get a dual comm going. One of these weeks, I'm going to try and convince him to do maybe a Skype dual comm for you guys, maybe a live commentary. Both of us just talking about our opinions on the WWE product. So I'm hoping to get that hopefully before the end of the year, possibly going into 2014. So maybe I can convince him on that. But shout out to Sean's View, bro. If you're watching, thank you for subscribing to JD, and I really appreciate it. But let's get right into the news, guys. I got a ton of stuff for you guys. It's been a slow week, but I did manage to uncover a few bits of news today. I got news on Randy Orton. I got news on John Cena. I got news on Sheamus. And I got news on Monday Night Raw going into the rest of 2013 with Monday Night Football now looming over Vince McMahon's head. So let's get into the news, guys. I'm going to start off with Monday Night Football. It's no secret that the WWE is facing major ratings competition as Monday Night Football returns this week. At this past Monday's Raw, a lot of people backstage were asking why the WWE did not book a major angle to set up a mega match on Monday's Raw to go against the NFL. Nobody had an answer. Now, I know Vince McMahon knows that the WWE is absolutely no competition to Monday Night Football. This is a battle Vince McMahon needs to gracefully back away from and just admit defeat. He's not going to defeat Monday Night Football. It's just not going to happen. No matter who Vince McMahon puts on Monday Night Raw, I don't care if he resurrects the ghost of Owen Hart and puts him in the main event against Daniel Bryan. It's not going to happen. I don't care if you bring back the Ultimate Warrior for a surprise appearance on Monday Night Raw to battle Triple H for the control of the WWE. It's not going to happen. Nothing is going to defeat Monday Night Football. Now, the WWE's been on a relatively hot streak with their storyline and their corporation and Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, this whole drama going on for the WWE Championship. This is a fantastic angle, but even that is not enough to captivate viewers, to turn away viewers watching Monday Night Football. It's not going to happen. So WWE, my advice to them is gracefully back away. Just continue doing your thing. People will watch it in some way, shape, or form, just not when Monday Night Football is happening. So Vince, you got to listen to me. You're not going to beat Monday Night Football. Just admit defeat here. I know you don't like hearing that, but it's not going to happen. All right? It's not going to happen. As of this past week, the plan is for both John Cena and Sheamus to be surprise returns at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view in January. One WWE source said that both of them returning on the same night. It seems doubtful at this point in time that another big surprise like Jake the Snake Roberts would be factored into the 30-man match. Now, I don't believe that for a second. If the WWE wants Jake the Snake in the Royal Rumble, he will be in the Royal Rumble. He's working his fucking ass off with DDP and Scott Hall to get back into shape. He's conquering his demons. He fell off the wagon a little bit. He actually had a couple of drinks while DDP was away. But he's back. He's back doing his own thing. He's in great shape. Him and Scott Hall are looking great for their age right now. I'm glad DDP is doing that, helping them out. But I actually commented on this today to a buddy of mine. I would not be surprised if John Cena is returning. I would not be surprised to see John Cena and CM Punk, the final two men standing in the Royal Rumble, with ultimately CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble and going on to face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 for the WWE Championship. Now, I know I've been lobbying for Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk to go face-to-face, one-on-one at WrestleMania 30. That could wait. I mean, you got everything pretty much falling into place. The stars are aligning here for Daniel Bryan. I mean, a dream matchup. We've seen it before, and they tore down the house whenever they fought in WWE. Can you imagine CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 for the WWE Championship. Can you imagine the time given to those guys? It would be an absolute WrestleMania classic. Maybe a submission match, maybe an Iron Man match, who knows? But I like that scenario a lot this year. I know I've been lobbying for Stone Cold to come back and fight CM Punk. Everybody wants to see that match, but that's something that could definitely wait. That's what I see. I see John Cena and CM Punk, final two guys in the Royal Rumble, with CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble this year. That's just my opinion on that. It is said within WWE that Dolph Ziggler is being punished for something he said in an interview during SummerSlam. No word yet on what Ziggler actually said that has WWE officials upset, but it's said that he's paying the price for saying the wrong thing. Now, you think Dolph Ziggler would be a little bit smarter than that. He knows the political bullshit that goes on in the WWE. I know he's no dummy. But if you're going to be conducting interviews and presenting yourself in the public, make sure you do not say anything negative about your character, where you're headed, your position in the company, or about the company in general. It does no good. Just look at Zack Ryder. Within WWE, people are denying. Now, this is an interesting story. I read this today. I was like, Randy Orton's got some good taste. Within WWE, people are denying that Randy Orton and Total Diva JoJo are an item. But people have reported seeing them together backstage holding hands. Orton and JoJo could be one of the bigger storylines on Season 2 of Total Divas. The speculation right now likely comes from a photo that has been leaked on the internet of the two WWE superstars holding hands at a party last month during SummerSlam weekend. Now, I find this funny because, Eva Marie and JoJo are actually roommates. They're living together. What better way than JoJo to pretty much leap over Eva Marie on the totem pole? She's dating the WWE champion. How much more power can you have? And I read the forums today. People were saying if you see JoJo get a monster push, then you pretty much know that they're a couple. So that's an interesting story. I told my girlfriend I'm not here to pussyfoot around. I think Eva Marie and JoJo are very, very attractive females. I'm sure you guys would agree with that. But the age difference there between Randy Orton and JoJo is a little bit. She's 19, and I think Randy Orton's like 34, 35 years old. So obviously he's going a little younger after he got divorced. He thinks he can do whatever he wants now that he's the WWE champion. So more power to Randy Orton, man. He's got the money, he's got the title, he's the face of the company. He's got Triple H behind him. He's unstoppable. WWE.com is reporting that Christian suffered a concussion during his match with WWE Champion Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw a few weeks back. Luckily, the injury doesn't seem to be severe, as WWE Dr. Chris Amon stated the following, and I quote, "His impact scores are normal, but he's still having some symptoms of fogginess and cloudiness. We are waiting for symptoms to get better until we perform an in-ring challenge later this week at the Performance Center in Orlando. At that point, if he is able to get in the ring and exert himself and work without symptoms, we'll go ahead and clear him to compete in the ring." I mean, like I said, if it's not severe, then I don't think you guys or you guys, if you guys are Christian fans, should be concerned. I don't even know where the concussion actually happened. I know it was a great match between the two, but if WWE is saying that it's not severe, Christian may be out a couple weeks, but I do see him factoring in somewhere during Night of Champions. So we have to see until he gets better where he actually is going to fit, because Christian is actually going to be a big part of the World Championship picture going into 2014. So, like I said, if it's not severe, then I would not worry about it. We'll see him back on TV in a couple of weeks. Another injury that actually took place a couple of weeks back, Mark Henry suffered a hamstring injury at the 831 show in Boston, Massachusetts. The Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting that the injury offered when Henry, Ziggler, and RVD were running down to the ring to save Daniel Bryan from an Orton and Shield attack. Halfway down the ramp, Henry pulled back from running and limped the rest of the way. He managed to clear the house before going and standing in the corner while the others performed their finishers. Some have noted that Henry was visibly upset and in pain after the injury occurred, and some noticed Ziggler trying to console him in the corner. Henry had an MRI on Monday, but as of yesterday afternoon, the results had not come in yet, and it's not known how much action he'll be forced to miss. That's a shame, because the WWE was actually setting up the Big Show and Mark Henry to go against the Shield at Night of Champions for the Tag Team Championship. Now, it's said that the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, being that they're on a winning streak, and ever since Darren Young came out of the closet and pronounced that he's homosexual, WWE has actually been pushing him and the Primetime Players. So do not be surprised if you see the Primetime Players versus the Shield at Night of Champions for the WWE Tag Team Championships. That's the way they're going right now until Henry gets better, and then I guess they'll be utilizing Big Show in this angle with the Shield and Randy Orton, Triple H, and the whole corporation. So that should be interesting. I enjoy the Primetime Players. I do think that it's long overdue for them to be successful in the tag team division. It's nice to see WWE get behind them as a team. I think they're very, very good as a team together. And that's something I definitely want to see going into the end of 2013 and into 2014. We have Los Matadors coming, that Mexican team that is actually Primo and Epico. They're going to be coming in, trying to help the tag team division. I don't know how well that gimmick is going to hold up in today's market, so we have to see what happens with that. But the tag team division is there. It's just the WWE has to get behind them. But as for Mark Henry, it sucks that he got injured. Some of his best work, to me anyway, is as a heel. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Mark Henry as a face, but he's definitely someone in the ring that I enjoy watching. So hopefully he gets better, just like Christian, and they're back in action, quicker than normal. Monday Night Raw Labor Day drew a 2.85 rating, which is down from the 3.07 rating the show drew the week prior. Raw averaged 3.9 million viewers, which is also down from the 4.19 million viewers the previous week. That's more like the number WWE is going to get. I assume it's going to be lower with Monday Night Football. Like I said in the beginning, just expect it. You're not beating Monday Night Football. So WWE should get used to seeing the 2.85 and lower rating for Monday Night Raw every week. Matt Morgan recently spoke to a radio station and talked actually about a return to the WWE. Matt Morgan said, and I quote, "I think with that company, there's so many fresh matchups for me. There's so many endless possibilities. That company's really cooking right now on all cylinders. Triple H has done an amazing job, and I just watched Raw the other night, and the thing he's got going on right now with Randy Orton as well as Daniel Bryan is absolutely perfect. All the people that are bitching and moaning and going, oh, they shouldn't disrespect him by calling him small and shit like that, they ruined his moment winning the WWE Championship. I don't want to hear that," he says. That's the whole point. That's the hook. The fans out there that think he's never going to get higher as far as reaction, then he was at that moment. You could see the reaction when he gets it, and when he finally climbs that hill and conquers it, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be something that instead of maybe for 8 months of him being that super duper guy that's completely over, it's something that they're going to be trading for years and years and years of drawing power. As him as the top guy, the top dog, my hat's off to him. He's done an amazing job. Now, Matt Morgan, I'm hearing, is in talks with WWE, but it's not going anywhere at the moment. He's not even mentioned a contract. Do I want to see Matt Morgan in WWE? Most definitely. I think for a man his size, you bring him in as a heel, and you have him feud with, I don't know, you can feud him with anybody pretty much. You can feud him with Dolph Ziggler. You can feud him with RVD. Those are matchups that I would love to see. And Matt Morgan in the WWE, after he did such an amazing job with TNA, he built himself up as a wrestler in TNA. I would love to see what he's learned there and what he's conquered there and take it to the WWE and get even better. Him as a heel I think would work great in WWE. I hope Triple H thinks the same way and actually signs this guy to a contract. RVD actually spoke to Slam Wrestling about the current backstage locker room vibe in the WWE. The locker room is a different vibe. It's a more positive vibe. Guys are not afraid for their position like they used to be. RVD said at the end of his first run with the WWE, he said it was really miserable. Plus, I have more leverage now. I have more seniority with the guys like Rock, Hogan, Flair, and DX all gone. It's different how I'm being treated. I'm in a different point in my life. The traveling is not as hard as it was. I'm enjoying it now. We just had an 18-day tour, and I was kind of apprehending that tour, but it wasn't like that at all. It was a pleasure, and I enjoyed it a lot. So it's good to see RVD back with the WWE, of course. It's good to see him, have a little bit more seniority backstage. He's comfortable backstage. He says the vibe is different. And I would definitely like to see RVD stick around for a few years. He's definitely one of those guys in the ring that always gives you 5 stars. He's going at it 100%. He never slacks in the ring. And there's a lot more matches that I want to see out of Rob Van Dam. A lot of dream matches. I would love to see him get in the ring with Daniel Bryan. I want to see him get in the ring with Ziggler. I want to see him get in the ring with Orton again, have a feud with Orton. So, RVD is there. I'm glad he's back. Hopefully he sticks around for a couple of years. What else we got here? We got Night of Champions. Actually, Night of Champions obviously is a couple of weeks out. It was announced, or it will be announced on Friday, the Friday Night SmackDown, that Dean Ambrose will defend the WWE United States Championship against Dolph Ziggler. So here's the updated card for you guys. WWE title, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, you know that. World Heavyweight Championship, Rob Van Dam versus Alberto Del Rio. You got the Divas Championship match, Natalya, Naomi, Brie, and AJ in a fatal 4-way. And then you got the handicap elimination match with CM Punk versus Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel. We have info on Cody Rhodes as well. I know I mentioned this in my Raw review, but Cody Rhodes is taking time off to get married. That's why they did the storyline where he's getting fired. Figure 4 Wrestling Online notes that Rhodes taking time off to get married and go on his honeymoon had been planned, but apparently there isn't a lot of communication within WWE Creative these days, so they ended up having to rush his departure on Monday Night Raw this week. He is coming back. He will factor into the storylines in about 3 weeks. He's just taking time off to get married, and then by some way, they'll be bringing him back, and that's what I'm going to be interested to see. I'm going to be interested to see how Cody Rhodes is going to be received upon coming back, and I want to see how they reintroduce him after Triple H fired him on Monday Night Raw. It's definitely going to be something to watch. A press release was sent out earlier this week announcing that former WWE Executive Vice President of Global Media, Shane McMahon, has voluntarily stepped down as the CEO of China's You On Demand company. Shane will stay on board as a principal executive officer and the chairman of the board. The press release states, that's pretty interesting. Now, Shane McMahon has been one of those guys that a lot of people have been talking about coming back and sticking up, for Daniel Bryan. Now, I don't see that happening. I really don't. Would I like to see Shane McMahon back on WWE TV? Yes. It would definitely further the storyline. It would definitely enhance the storyline. And like Triple H says, it would be the best for business. But it's all going to be up to Shane McMahon. Does he want to be back on WWE TV? Does he want to be portrayed on WWE TV as a character? It's all up to Shane McMahon. But like I've been saying, HBK is the most perfect guy for this angle. That's all I want to see. I'm hoping. I'm holding out. I'm holding out for HBK. I hope that they do go that route, but I think this is going to be a very special angle. It's going to keep us on the edge of our seats for weeks to come. And so far, Triple H has done an amazing job with this angle. I have nothing but great things to say about it. Hopefully it stays that way, because when the WWE gets their hands on something and everything's going great, they find something to just throw you off and everything just fucking crumbles. It's happened in the past, and hopefully, I'm hoping that it doesn't happen with this angle, because I'm enjoying it very much right now. There was an incident during the Cody Rhodes vs. Randy Orton match on Monday Night Raw. Great match, if you guys missed it. Where WWE officials sent security out to calm down a situation that was going on in the crowd. Apparently, fans were dressed as Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Jake the Snake Roberts. The fans were getting more attention than the match itself, and this had WWE officials furious. Now, I understand why they were furious, but you're at a WWE event. Let the fans enjoy themselves. That's what you're there to do. You're in there to brace the WWE universe, like they say. Let the fans do what they gotta do. As long as they weren't, getting rowdy and drunk and fucking fist fighting in the aisleways. I like to see that in the crowd. I like to see a hyped crowd, and the crowd was very vocal on Monday Night Raw. The last couple of weeks they've been stale, but on Monday Night Raw this week the crowd was good. But I can see why WWE officials were furious, because that match between Rhodes and Orton was an absolute fucking great match. If you guys missed it, I highly suggest you look at WWE's YouTube page and trying to find that on this past Monday Night Raw. That was a great, great match. Hopefully I get to see those two in the ring again with something a little bit more meaningful this time. Maybe a title match for Cody Rhodes down the line. We got to wait and see. WWE officials are being forced to reprogram, like I already mentioned before, the tag team title match for Night of Champions due to Mark Henry's injury. Henry and Big Show were scheduled to face Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the tag team titles at Night of Champions, but with Darren Young and Titus O'Neil getting wins on TV, it looks like they may be getting the shot at Night of Champions. That's going to be a decent match. I'm looking forward to that. Edge tweeted about his return to Monday Night Raw next week, coming back home to Raw and Toronto next Monday. Raw gets rated R. That's good for business. See you next week, Edgeheads. Bring your earplugs. PW Insider is actually reporting that Edge will be only promoting the new season of Haven on the Sci-Fi Network and is not signed on to do anything additional for WWE at this time. I figured he may be factoring into the storyline. Maybe he has a few words to say to Triple H. That may still be a possibility, but as of right now, he's only there, like I figured, to promote his new show on the Sci-Fi Network, which is a shame. And finally, guys, Fandango, if you guys are Fandango fans like I am, he suffered a legitimate broken nose during his match against The Miz on this week's Monday Night Raw. So I don't know how many weeks he's going to be out. He may be taking a couple weeks off to heal up that broken nose. But Fandango is going to be on the shelf. So that's the final piece of news I got for you guys this week. If you enjoyed, as always, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I got not daily, I got weekly. I'm not Sean's View. I don't do the daily thing. I do the weekly thing. I got weekly WWE news and rumors every Friday going into the weekend. And then I got my Monday Night Raw review on Tuesday, which I do my thoughts and opinions on Monday Night Raw the night before. So if you guys are new, please subscribe. Support this channel. I love bringing you guys the WWE news every week. And I'm going to make this the best source for WWE news on YouTube. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday morning following Monday Night Raw. I'm out. I'm going to have a few beers and relax. I am very tired, if you can't already tell. I had a long day. I had a shitty day at work, and I'm going to enjoy myself this weekend, guys. So take care, enjoy, and I will definitely talk to you all next week.